Greetings everybody, John Tsar here with a hard difficulty guide to the second Trials of the God, Sobek. So this one I actually found to be easier than the first Trials of the God. It started yesterday, November 21st, and it's going to end on November 27th, so there's a limited amount of time that you have to do this. And if you're going to play this on hard, you are definitely going to need to do this on when you're level 40. I would recommend using weapons and bows that have health on hit because this guy can do a lot of damage very quickly. His attacks are easier to avoid, I found, than the previous Trials of the God, but when you do get hit by him, they really hit like a tank. You know, honestly, I was kind of disappointed in this boss. It felt very similar to the first Trials of the God. You know, the same big guy in a big arena, kind of stationary, with a big glowing orb on his chest. Shoot him in the chest until he spawns a couple dudes, and then kill those guys, avoid the area of effect attacks, and lather, rinse, and repeat. Kind of creatively not that interesting compared to the last one. So, anyway, as you can see, the AoE attacks do damage himself, as well as these adds that he spawns, because the adds that he spawns are actually attached to his overall health. The health on hit swords and weapons are very helpful, like especially if you're at one of those breakpoints between the second and the third chunks of health where you're going to continue to regenerate health, or the first and the second. Just getting one little health on hit will push you over and then start regenerating automatically. So this also came out with patch 1.04, which was incredible because it fixed a major glitch that I got stuck on in my quest to get 100% overall completion. The ancient mechanism that was in the bottom of the Great Sphinx was glitched for me before this patch. And when I first went to that ancient mechanism, it requires 50 pieces of silica, which is an enormous amount. And I didn't have 50 pieces of silica the first time I went there. And after I did the rest of the tombs and came back, the kind of mechanism from the floor, from the map, if you've been there before, it wouldn't reactivate a second time, and I actually couldn't get downstairs to complete the that final ancient mechanism. So anyway, the hunter bow and the I'm drawing a blank on the name of the automatic bow, though I found those the best for this fight here. The hunter bow, because you have so much ammo and it does a ton of damage, and the shotgun bow I did not like for this boss fight, though I did like it for the previous Trials of the Gods video, because I found it easier to survive being closer to that previous boss than this one. And it was, you could get close enough where you could actually do damage with that shotgun bow. And on this one, just because of the nature of a lot of his attacks, you really need to stay far away from him if possible. Now also, I made a couple mistakes during this video, or I guess I kind of pushed the limits of what I thought I could get away with. I would not recommend using the overpower adrenaline skills on any of the adds that he spawns, because the animation time when you do that execution move and then do a chain throw is so long, you will most likely get hit by one of the boss's area of effect attacks, because you can't, like when you stab him in the chest and then throw the weapon, you're just stuck there for so long, he's gonna throw those ground attacks or something at you and you're gonna get hit by a lot of damage. So I did it 2 or 3 times on this fight, but I wouldn't recommend doing it myself. Also, so he's got that interesting, very easy to block ranged attack where he just sends down a hail of arrows, and I did not change my loadout to deal with ranged damage, just because even when you block his arrows, there are shields that resist ranged damage more, or provide health, or provide like adrenaline on ranged hits and stuff like that. And I didn't really think it was that necessary. You can block enough of it with just whatever shield you're using, whatever shield you like, that it just seemed like a little bit of overkill. So yeah, instead of the 3-stage boss cycle, you're probably going to end up taking 4 stages to kill this boss. So not like every Mario boss you've ever played, but you know, add 1, same thing. And finally, unfortunately, and I wonder if this is a PlayStation thing, like I haven't looked into this yet, but let me know in the comments if the reward for this was glitched for you. You're supposed to get a unique reward from every Trials of the God that's supposed to be like 1 of 4, I believe, items, and when you get all 4 of them, they combine into something unique that you couldn't get otherwise if you only did 3 of the Trials of the Week boss fights. And so it was glitched on the first week, and it just had like a blank item sitting in my inventory. Now that item is just completely gone, and there wasn't even a blank item put into my inventory after killing this boss this time. So, yeah, pretty frustrated. Who knows if we'll ever actually see the reward for completing all of these Trials of the God challenges. Like, it's kind of frustrating, but you do get a legendary weapon for completing this. I got this legendary short staff, War Scepter, and it has pretty good stats on it. It's actually one of the better short staffs that I have. I've kind of grown to not liking the short staffs that much, so I don't know how much I'll actually use it. But first off, let me know in the comments after you beat this if you end up getting the same War Scepter. I'm pretty sure that item is fixed, but also let me know after you beat this boss if you got the unique item for completing this boss in your inventory, not in your gear, in your inventory, and if you have that item from the first Trial of the God. And as far as I know, like it's just not working. Really disappointing. It seemed like it was such a cool concept, right? Like, oh, you do this same challenge 4 times in a row, you get some unique armor or something like that. But yeah, doesn't seem to be working. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more Assassin's Creed Origins videos. And yeah, whatever I work on next. I'm not really sure what my next big project is going to be. We're kind of wrapping up the holiday season as I do this. We're getting close to Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So anyway, thanks for watching and game on.